hour for those peak wind gusts and rainfall, guys. Anderson, this is also going to be the key thing to note. Storm surge is huge, but you also have to keep in mind, as that water comes inland, you also have the water coming down as well. And we could be looking at widespread 6 to 10 inches of rain, and then some heavier pockets that could be 15+ inches on top of the storm surge that comes in. So again, the main thing, folks, when it starts to come in, don't get out on the roads. Don't get in that water, because the storm surge alone is enough to trap your car, let alone any flash flooding that could incur as well at the same time.
Yeah, so many things to think about depending on where you want to get to. Allison, appreciate that. Allison Chinchar. We're going to take another quick break, and our coverage continues.
Forecast to be a Category 3, and this is still just a forecast, but, you know, that would bring major effects here to the Tampa Bay area, of course. It's still a major hurricane.
And we want to mention again, as we always do, and say this track can change, the intensity can change, the position of the storm can change, and that's just a fact of life when you look at these forecast tracks and these computer models. You've seen that yourself if you've been watching the past couple of days, how this has shifted, but eventually moving up into the northeast, a slow-moving storm, probably a big rainmaker up there. But so we should prepare locally again, and I've been zooming in here to kind of show folks the most important part. Can we go back to that?
Oh, yeah, we'll go back to the track.
Yeah, let's go back to the track here. I kind of wanted to zoom in and show folks again. It's a little low tech, but hey, I'm a low tech guy. And you can see how this eventually around the that center line, if you want to draw it that, but that's, you know, either east or west of that. The stronger winds would be on the eastern side, the advancing side. Winds go counterclockwise around the center of a hurricane. The storms would be bringing a strong southerly wind on the eastern side of it. So Polk County, Hardee County, DeSoto County, Highlands. Again, Polk, Hardee, Highlands, DeSoto would probably feel the strongest winds. Also, depending on the track, eastern parts of Pasco and Hillsborough County. We're talking about gusts that would be probably at hurricane strength, 74 mile per hour plus, maybe stronger gusts as well, if this track is the actual track. But at the very least, they're going to be large effects. It's a large geographic storm. We're going to see water effects on the coast. We've been talking about storm surge, but especially the wind. And then, of course, the rain, the local flooding caused by that. So there's a lot of complications.
As we were talking about earlier with John Berman.
But in this case, for many, especially in the inland areas, folks that are very familiar with Charlie's path, those that were there at the time, know that these wind gusts can get very strong and do quite a bit of damage. So we have to prepare ourselves. Hope it doesn't do that, but we have to prepare ourselves for the possibility that we could see some very destructive winds, especially in the inland areas, but certainly across the other counties, Manatee, Sarasota, Pinellas, Hillsborough, Citrus, Hernando, Pasco. Essentially, it's the current track is taking the center very close to that.
Absolutely. And we actually, the next graphic we have to show you is kind of the hurricane force winds and the